Welcome to this video on the potential consequences of a war between Russia and America. The relationship between the two superpowers has been tense for years, and there have been various situations where a conflict could arise. In this video, we will examine some of the scenarios that could occur if Russia declares war on America. Scenario 1. Cyberwarfare. A cyberwarfare between Russia and America could have devastating consequences, as both countries possess advanced cyber capabilities that can be used to target each other's critical infrastructure. Power grids, communication networks, and financial systems are just a few examples of the infrastructure that could be targeted in such a conflict. Disrupting power grids could lead to widespread blackouts, leaving entire cities without electricity for days or even weeks. This would not only impact the ability of businesses to function, but also the daily lives of citizens who rely on electricity for heating, cooling, and other basic necessities. Communication networks are also critical targets in a cyber warfare scenario. Disrupting these networks could prevent emergency services from functioning properly, leading to delays in responding to crises such as natural disasters or terrorist attacks. It could also impact the ability of businesses to communicate with their customers and suppliers, leading to significant economic losses. Another target in a cyber warfare scenario could be financial systems, which are critical to the functioning of economies around the world. Disrupting these systems could lead to widespread financial chaos, with businesses unable to process transactions or access funds. This would not only impact the economy of the countries involved, but also other countries around the world that rely on these financial systems. In addition to the direct impact on infrastructure, cyber warfare could also have significant indirect consequences. For example, disruptions in critical infrastructure could lead to civil unrest and social instability. It could also lead to the loss of sensitive data, including personal information and intellectual property, which could be used to harm individuals and organizations. In summary, a full-scale cyber warfare between Russia and America could cause significant damage to critical infrastructure, leading to widespread disruption and chaos. The potential impact of such a conflict underscores the importance of international cooperation and collaboration to prevent such scenarios from occurring. It is essential that governments around the world work together to establish clear rules of engagement and to strengthen their cybersecurity measures to mitigate the impact of cyber threats. Scenario 2. Proxy wars. Another possibility is the escalation of proxy wars in other parts of the world. Russia has already been involved in conflicts in Syria and Ukraine, and a declaration of war could lead to a more significant involvement in these regions. This could also lead to the involvement of other countries, leading to a full-scale global conflict. Scenario 3. Nuclear war. A nuclear war between Russia and America would be the most devastating and catastrophic scenario that could occur. Both countries possess significant nuclear arsenals, and any conflict between them could quickly escalate to a nuclear exchange. The consequences of a nuclear war would be catastrophic and would impact the entire world. The use of nuclear weapons would result in millions of deaths, as the destructive power of these weapons is unparalleled. The blast waves, heat, and radiation released by a nuclear explosion would cause widespread destruction, leaving entire cities and regions in ruins. The loss of life would be staggering, and the survivors would suffer from severe physical and psychological trauma. The long-term environmental damage caused by a nuclear war would also be significant. The radioactive fallout from a nuclear explosion would contaminate the surrounding areas and could lead to long-term health effects for those exposed. The environmental impact of a nuclear war could also impact the global climate, leading to changes in weather patterns and potentially causing a global cooling effect. The economic impact of a nuclear war would also be severe. The destruction of critical infrastructure and the loss of life would lead to significant economic losses, with long-term consequences for the global economy. The resulting instability and uncertainty could also lead to further conflicts and tensions, exacerbating the situation. The potential consequences of a nuclear war are so severe that it is crucial for world leaders to do everything in their power to prevent such a scenario from occurring. This includes maintaining open lines of communication and cooperation between nations, strengthening nuclear non-proliferation agreements, and promoting peace and diplomacy at all levels. The use of nuclear weapons should never be considered an option in any conflict, and all efforts should be made to ensure that they are never used again. In summary, a nuclear war between Russia and America would be the most significant and devastating scenario that could occur. The consequences of such a conflict would be catastrophic and would impact the entire world, underscoring the importance of international cooperation and diplomacy to prevent such a scenario from occurring. Scenario 4. Economic impact. A war between Russia and America would have a severe impact on the global economy. The two countries are major economic powers, and any conflict between them would lead to significant disruptions in global trade and commerce. The resulting economic instability could lead to a global recession or depression, with severe consequences for people around the world. Scenario 5. Diplomatic relations. Finally, a war between Russia and America would have long-term implications for diplomatic relations between the two countries. The resulting mistrust and animosity could lead to a breakdown in communication and cooperation on issues such as climate change, terrorism, and international trade. The long-term consequences of such a breakdown in relations could be severe, leading to a more unstable and dangerous world. A war between Russia and America would have dire consequences for the entire world. The scenarios discussed in this video are just a small sample of the potential outcomes, and the reality could be much worse. It is vital that we recognize the gravity of such a situation and do everything in our power to prevent it from happening. As global citizens, it is essential that we prioritize peace and diplomacy over aggression and conflict. We must encourage our leaders to engage in open and honest communication with one another, and to seek diplomatic solutions to conflicts. We must also work to strengthen international institutions and agreements that promote peace and cooperation between nations. In addition, we can take individual action to promote peace and understanding. This includes educating ourselves and others about the consequences of war and conflict, and actively engaging in dialogue with those who hold differing opinions. We must work to bridge divides and find common ground, rather than allowing fear and mistrust to drive us apart. In conclusion, the potential consequences of a war between Russia and America are severe and far-reaching. It is up to all of us to work towards a peaceful and prosperous future for the world, and to do everything in our power to prevent the catastrophic outcomes that could arise from such a conflict. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video has encouraged you to think critically about the importance of peace and diplomacy. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content like this. Your support helps us to continue creating videos that educate and inform. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.